Childhood was a blissful time for 𝗶𝗏𝗄 and her brother 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗎. Growing up in Lesotho, they were inseparable.
I can't even describe it. It's like my other half. It's like when he's not there, I can't breathe. I can't think properly.
𝗶𝗏𝗄 and 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗎 are twins. Born moments apart, they share a bond few can appreciate or understand. A bond that was shattered when their parents fell ill in 2013. 𝗶𝗏𝗄 remembers the morning in November when she walked in on her unresponsive father.
I was scared because I woke up and I had to close his eyes because he was dead. And
just 2 days after their father died, their mother also passed. At just 11, the twins were now orphans.
I couldn't even cry. Just saw everyone crying and, you know.
Their immediate family couldn't help both children at once, and so, for the first time in their lives, the twins were separated. 𝗶𝗏𝗄 was sent to live with her older sister in Johannesburg. 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗎, not yet a teenager, was left alone in the family home in Lesotho, where relatives would occasionally check up on him.
So it's not because like sna ntho like bo se pa sa tla tsa dijo no sna motho neng ka ga nthuse obvious na ke tlameha go ke kope batho mo ntle e no le botlhoko.
After a while, relatives stopped visiting 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗎. Left to fend for himself, he went to Johannesburg where he lived on the streets. 𝗶𝗏𝗄 lost touch with him, but she never lost hope. This is an inspiring story of a young woman's search for her twin brother after unfortunate circumstances led to their separation. Her desperate search fueled by nothing else than her love for her brother. Social media has changed many aspects of modern life. Crucially, with the advent of apps like X, Instagram and TikTok, it's revolutionized how people stay in touch, allowing those in all corners of the world, no matter how remote, to communicate with a potentially limitless audience. 𝗶𝗏𝗄𝗎 scanned her own social media every day, hoping against hope that she might find her twin brother. She messaged old friends she thought might know where he was.
I just heard rumors that he was 𝗃𝗿𝗆𝗆, you know, 𝗀𝗁𝗀𝗃 is in Joburg. I don't know, angazi.
Sadly, there was no sign of him.
Yeah, nna ne ke batla hore nka ya mo a leng teng, but how ga ke tsebe. But ke la ka iphitlhela ko strateng ka kopana le majita fitlheletse le nna se bile ke etsa ke tsuba crystal meth.
Alone and destitute, 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗎 turned to drugs and fell into depression.
Sometimes nami bengikhalela nje ngibona intanga zami baye esikolweni benzani bengikhalela le mpilo leyo yangithola sekile nna se ke itjwetsa go fedile ka life.
Then, in June this year, years after being separated, came a breakthrough. 𝗶𝗏𝗄𝗎 received a text message with an address.
Gary, it's a village of almost 3 kids. You understand? 𝗀𝗁𝗃𝗿𝗄𝗎.
𝗶𝗏𝗄𝗎 knew the area well. It was close to where she lived. 𝗶𝗏𝗄𝗎 could have never imagined that her brother's location was right under her nose, where he lived a life very different from hers. A regular user of social media, 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗎's online presence would eventually reunite him with his long-lost sister in July this year. And so it was appropriate that their first hug in a decade would be shared on TikTok. It's been viewed nearly 40 million times.
And then you see two couples can see a happy money, you know. And then that was painful. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
10 years worth of emotion erupted in an instant.
My newborn sleeping in that room. It's just a mattress, and one blanket. And he was eating bread and tomato sauce.
𝗶𝗏𝗄 recognized that her brother needed help.
And then abampotsa gore nna ke feel jwang since when ke tsuba drugs ena a sa di tsubi. It touches my heart.
Social media had brought 𝗶𝗏𝗄 and 𝗃𝗏𝗵𝗀 back together, but it wasn't done with him yet. An anonymous donor, moved by the online video, stepped up.
Somebody paid 50,000 for him to go to rehab.
So bese ngisitshelile deep down ukuthi mina if ngathola someone ungangisiza ngiphumela ngizophuma vele.
Kodwa recovery is not easy.
Kana lore ke tsamaya mo strateng ke ba bone ba tshwere mapeipele ne ke tsuba ka yona ke bone ish. But if o le motho o itse gore na wena o batla mo bophelong ha ona taba le yona focusa. They say you must follow one course until success.
𝗶𝗏𝗄 too had endured her own hardship.
I was treated like in a maid, you understand that? I have to do the laundry and to kaofela. It lasted until the day I felt like I don't want to be here anymore.
One night, 𝗶𝗏𝗄 snuck out of her older sister's house and ran to the home of a local pastor.
They were like, we heard that already, that Siswa kwaka peace, and then even now. Baba, you know.
𝗶𝗏𝗄 is thriving at the pastor's home while 𝗃𝗏𝗵𝗀 is still in rehab. They've closed the chapter of their hurtful past and are determined to build a better future together. The remarkable thing about love is that it's got no regard for time. After years apart, the Ledimo twins are just as close now as they were when they last saw each other. Despite the different environments they grew up in, the love they have for each other remains unshaken. The twins are now spending time reconnecting and getting to know each other.
He's so excited about life, music. He's like, teach me those new songs. He's very smart, so he want to go back to school. But I'm like, let's work first and make money. I want him to see that life is... There's this one. I explore, I born, but life is not that bad.
No, yana life I mo sharpo ke khutletse gonna a normal person jaaka pele ya ke clean se ke gona hlapa each and every day. Yeah.
𝗶𝗏𝗄 says that whenever she posts a video yake, she doesn't get so many likes. Kodwa when she posts you on her social media, millions of people see you. So how do people treat you?
Yeah, bantu bangithanda and then let's say abanye banokuhlangana nami estrategy mhlambe ngileta out bayangi-motivate and then bangitshela mfana mbambe kanjalo yeah ngile kamlebo but I think ngokusamkolota akusomlebo I don't know how can I repay her.
Do you feel like life has been unfair to you?
I just thank God that 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗏 and my twin brother 𝗃𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃. I really don't have a lot to complain about now that ukhona, you know.